welcome to Hare the Rabbit podcast. We explore everything that is rabbit. We look at different rabbit breeds, history, superstition, pop culture, news, and more. I would like to thank you for joining me today, your host, Jeff Hittinger. I'm not an expert, I'm just curious about learning more about rabbits, just like you. Today I'm going to talk about the Palomino rabbit. Much like the beautiful Palomino horse that the Palomino rabbit resembles in color, the breed features a golden wheat-colored coat. The color is very distinctive and comes in two shade variations, the golden and the lynx. The Palomino breed is affectionately termed Pals. We're going to cover the history of the Palomino. The Palomino has a heartwarming history. The breed was developed by Mark Youngs of Cooley Dam of the Lone Pines Rabbitry in Washington State. Mr. Youngs, who had been involved in the rabbit hobby since 1910, had an intense desire to create a new breed of rabbit. He had been raising and breeding rabbits for 30 years, but began to dream of creating his own breed. He coined the term color blend breeding when describing his process and development of the breed. For many years, Mr. Youngs purchased meat rabbits from the youngsters of the area. During the course of time while developing the Palomino, Mr. Youngs would save fryers initially destined for processing. The majority of these original rabbits were mostly black or brown in color. In time, these rabbits, or sports as Mr. Youngs referred to them, were bred to sports he obtained from various sources. Occasionally, a buckskin or tawny rabbit would result from the breedings made from the original sports. When these tawny breeds were bred, kits were saved that also bore the tawny or golden color. As these gold-colored rabbits were bred to others of like color, the percentage of tawny kits in each litter would progressively increase. Mating of various color shades were accomplished following a combination of line breeding, inbreeding, as well as outcrossing. Over the course of time, Mr. Youngs began seeing litters with 100% of the light-colored or beige offspring. During the late 1940s and early 1950s, crossing various commercial-type rabbits eventually gave him the fawn rabbits he called tawnies. Mr. Youngs selected what appeared to be sports from some of these live fryers that would mate them together. Youngs would also refer to these colors as tawnies. These off-colored yellow-brown rabbits were all saved and interbred. He would also introduce blood from other sources into his project that he termed color blend breeding. Future generations would produce a fawn or golden-colored rabbit. Soon he enlisted the help of several co-breeders. Together they developed their Sunny Bunnies into a breed. As with any new breed, Mr. Youngs persisted despite color problems that showed up, such as smut, ticking, eye circles, and white spots. In 1952, Mark Youngs began referring to these beige rabbits as the American beige. In some of the early litters, off-colored sports began to appear with a smoky or sooty white color with dark eyes. Future generations developed into a more golden shade, and the breed was renamed the Washingtonian for the state in which they were developed. After continued breeding, a variation of the gold color began appearing, which Mr. Young referred to as a fawn. These different colored offspring were saved, and soon 100% of the fawn-colored rabbits were appearing in litters. Mr. Youngs, along with his wife Mabel, presented the new breed for the first time at the 1952 American Rabbit Breeders Association Convention and Show at Portland, Oregon, and dubbed the breed Washingtonian. However, he did not like that name so much, so he placed a coffee can next to the cages holding the exhibit rabbits. The coffee can served as his suggestion box for naming the new breed. People offered names such as Honeydew, Honey Fawn, Golden Palomino, and of course we all know the winning suggestion was Palomino. By presented, we mean that they were on exhibit for the American Rabbit Breeders Association Committee to see and vote on if they would accept the new breed. The Washingtonians were presented at the 1953 Amarillo, Texas American Rabbit Breeders Association Convention, when the name was officially changed to Palomino. They were presented at the 1954 York, Pennsylvania Convention, the 55 Columbus, Ohio Convention, and the 56 St. Paul, Minnesota Convention. The Standards Committee had not approved the new breed because they felt they needed further improvement. Then in Little Rock, Arkansas Convention in 1957, we would see the Palomino recognized as a new breed in America. And this was with one variety, the lynx. The most popular color of the breed is the golden, which received final approval in 1958 at the Springfield, Illinois Convention. The first Palomino ever registered was in the fall of 1957 by Francis E. Bogman of Findlay, Ohio. In 1955, the new fawn Palomino was dropped in favor of the name lynx Palomino upon the recommendation of the American Rabbit Breeders Association Standard Committee, since it felt that the name was more descriptive of the lilac tint present in the fur. The Palomino rabbit leveled off into two distinct varieties, the lynx and the golden. The lynx being the first variety of the newly recognized Palomino breed, and the golden following with its official recognition as the second variety in 1958. By the late 1960s, the Palomino, being a relatively new breed, was actually breeding truer than many of the older, more established breeds. This was due to the dedication of Mark Youngs and those early breed supporters in promoting and continuing the advancement of the Palomino breed. The Palomino Rabbit Co-Breeders Association was established in 1955, even before the Palomino's official acceptance. They have been committed to continuing improvement and support of those who breed and exhibit the Palominos in the spirit of cooperation to all those who express a sincere interest in this beautiful and utilitarian rabbit. After much hard work and dedication, the Palomino was officially recognized by the American Rabbit Breeders Association in 1957. Unfortunately, records of the rabbit breeds used to develop the Palomino were not kept. Now we're going to discuss the overall description of the Palomino rabbit. The Palomino rabbit is a large to medium-sized commercial breed rabbit. Like some other rabbit breeds, the Palomino does are heavier than the bucks, such that the female Palomino rabbit's body weight range from 9 to 11 pounds, this is 4 kilograms to 5 kilograms, whereas the male Palomino rabbits will have a body weight between 8 pounds and 10 pounds, or 3.6 kilograms and 4.5 kilograms. The body of the Palomino rabbit breed is medium in length with firm flesh, and it has a well-rounded hindquarters. The body type is commercial, and it's similar to that of a New Zealand. Their body contains a smaller bone structure than that of other meat rabbit varieties. With such a small bone structure, it offers the breeder a superior meat ratio. The ears of the rabbit are large, upright, and erect, and it has brown-colored eyes. The coat of both types of Palomino rabbits have coarse, short to medium rollback fur, which does not require much maintenance. This breed has what is called flyback or rollback fur. In order to keep it show-worthy, during off-seasons shedding times, bi-weekly grooming sessions are perfectly acceptable. During the spring, owners may want to increase the number of brushings depending on how much the rabbits shed. Once or twice per week should be plenty during these molting periods. We're going to discuss the colors. The Palomino is golden colored, like the famous Palomino horse. The breed recognizes two varieties, and this is the golden and the lynx. Genetically, golden is a bright fawn. Lynx is not a true lynx, but simply the dilute version of golden, which most breeds call a cream. The golden color is reported to be the most common color, which is an orange-beige color over a white or cream undercoat. The lynx-colored rabbit has a gray or silver surface color mixed with an orange-beige in between over the cream or white undercoat. The Palomino rabbit breed can be easily recognized by its unique fawny orange color. Any of these color problems that show up, such as smut, ticking, eye circles, and white spot variations, are considered faults or disqualifications when the rabbits are shown at an American Rabbit Breeders Association rabbit show. Going to discuss some care requirements. This particular breed does well either in indoor or outdoor enclosures, as its coat is dense and coarse enough to handle cold temperatures, even with some snow. Its outdoor enclosure needs to be protected from the elements, such as rain, sun, and snow. Outdoor enclosures should also be covered on three sides to protect the rabbit from cold drafts in the winter, as well as to provide ventilation and shade at the same time during the hotter months. Indoor enclosures should be made of wire and have a solid bottom in order to lay down rabbit-safe bedding. Bedding should be spot cleaned every day to keep it sanitary, and needs to be completely replaced at the end of every week. If kept in a cage, the enclosure should be at least 5 times the size of the rabbit, with plenty of room to stretch and stand up upright. Wire mesh flooring should be avoided because the rabbit's feet could get caught in them. A hide box or sleeping quarters should be provided for times when the rabbit needs to hide or sleep in private. We're going to discuss the diet of the Palomino rabbit. Like other rabbits, Palomino rabbits are herbivores. The main ingredient of their diet is hay, preferably Timothy grass hay, which is rich in the fiber needed to prevent diarrhea, obesity, and hairballs. Leafy vegetables, though also essential to a rabbit's health, should be given sparingly to prevent digestive disorders. For variety, treats such as carrots, peaches, plums, apples, papayas, pears, strawberries, and other fruit can be occasionally given, but because of the potentially high starch or sugar content, should be minimal amounts. Commercial rabbit pellet also add nutrients to the daily diet. Fresh water should always be available, either from a sipper bottle or from a stable water bowl. As with any rabbit, the Palomino's diet should consist of 70% high-quality hay, such as orchard hay, with the breast being a healthy mixture of leafy greens, pellets, fruits, and vegetables. Adult rabbits can eat at about a quarter cup of high-fiber pellets every day for every 5 pounds of weight. Going to discuss some health. Like with other small mammals, Palomino rabbits can be susceptible to colds and viral infections. Exposure to a draft, sudden changes in temperature, and stress can lower the rabbit's resistance to sickness. Rabbits are also vulnerable to conjunctivitis. This is a bacterial infection of the eyelids caused by smoke, dust, and fumes. Rabbits are also susceptible to ear mites. Intestinal ailments like coccidius, bloat, hairball obstructions are also common in rabbits. Due to the Palomino's short, coarse coat, it is not as high of risk for digestive issues such as wood block. It is still susceptible to other problems such as overgrown teeth, fly strike, and ear mites. Owners should check the Palomino's rabbits every 2 to 3 weeks for mites, and if your rabbit's diet does not consist mainly of hay, it may develop overgrown teeth. Its constantly growing teeth can grow into its jaw and be painful. This can be corrected with a quick trip to your vet at first, and then switch a diet to a higher fiber as it naturally grinds down your rabbit's teeth. Palomino rabbits are very clean animals and will groom themselves and also each other. Palomino rabbits are more active at morning and the evening and do most of their feeding in the evening. We're going to discuss the temperament and behavior. In order to see its personality blossom, the Palomino rabbit needs plenty of time outside of its enclosure to explore and form a lasting bond with its human family. Palominos have friendly personalities. The Palomino rabbit breed displays an extremely cute look with a very calm personality to match. The Palomino rabbit is a hardy and strong breed. It is a docile breed in temperament and considered to be one of the best breeds of home pets. They're very friendly and have a very calm personality. They enjoy human company. They have an extremely passive and friendly temperament, and they are most fond in company of people. Pet Palomino rabbits should be kept in pairs for companionship. It is important for a rabbit's happiness, and it can live longer with a companion. They are best kept in pairs or trios, but preferably one per cage to minimize injury from occasional infighting. In the wild, rabbits are very social. Female Palomino rabbits can produce 2 to 4 litters of bunnies per year with 4 to 6 babies. Breeders say that their does make excellent mothers and raise healthy-sized litters. Doe Palomino rabbits can produce about 2 to 4 litters per year with 4 to 6 kits in each litter. Breeders say that does make excellent mothers and raise healthy-sized litters. Fryers grow quickly to dress out size. Going to cover the uses of the Palomino rabbit. Rabbits tend to be bred for one of 4 things: meat, fur, show, or pet use. The Palomino rabbit can be referred to as an all-purpose rabbit because it fulfills all 4 of these purposes. It is a multi-purpose rabbit and is a fine breed for either meat production or for showing, and they also make for great pets. Even though this is a large breed of rabbit, they are gentle and easily handled. This makes them good for pets or show rabbits, as well as for meat production. The Palomino rabbit breed is recognized for its toughness, outstanding production traits, and fast growth. It is a breed ideally suited for either exhibition or meat production. The Palomino rabbit contains a smaller bone structure than other meat variety rabbits, which offers breeders a superior meat ratio. As a large breed, the Palomino rabbit is suitable for meat production. They can be a good choice for meat rabbit farming business. The Palominos have always been known for their amazing hardiness, excellent production qualities, along with their rapid growth for fryer-sized animals. Having been specifically bred to be a meat rabbit, the Palomino has a medium-sized body with a well-rounded shoulder and hips and firm flesh. Palominos grow to fryer size rapidly, but they do take time to fully mature. Because the bone structure of the Palomino is lighter than most commercial breeds, they produce a larger quantity of meat. This is because of the meat-to-bone ratio being higher. When this breed is raised for meat, it gives them an added edge in meat production. Apart from being recognized as one of the meatiest commercial rabbit breeds, the Palomino rabbit breeds are also considered to be one among the best breeds for home pets as well. The Palomino rabbit makes a wonderful first-time pet. The Palomino rabbits are cuddly and make for amazing pets. Palominos love to be out of their enclosure and into the world. Due to its gentle nature, it does well with children so long as it is handled and has had time to become a social animal. If it spends too much time in its enclosure, it will become depressed and bored, and especially if there is no companion rabbit. The Palomino rabbit is a wonderful first-time pet, as it is relatively low maintenance so long as you provide it with essential items to keep it safe, healthy, and happy. Because it is a social animal, these rabbits are also good pets for couples and seniors as long as people are physically able to tend to the rabbit's needs. Palomino rabbits have been exercised as animal assist treatment animals as well. They are well suited for show and exhibition. Palomino rabbits that are used for rabbit shows are known for their big ears and they have smaller shoulders, but they will be well in proportion with the remaining parts of their body in Club and Breeders Association recognitions for the Palomino rabbit. The Palomino rabbit breed was approved as a separate breed by the American Rabbit Breeders Association during the 1950 association in 1957. Then the Palomino rabbit had been exported to Europe. By the 1960s, the breed was more common and gaining popularity, but the Palomino rabbits are not yet recognized by the British Rabbit Council. The breed has been introduced into Europe, Malta, and even South Africa. The American Rabbit Breeders Association maintains the breed standard for all of the recognized rabbit and tabby breeds for its international membership. Recognized breeds are eligible for registration and Grand Championship recognition. There are two beautiful varieties accepted in Palominos today, the Golden and the Lynx. The breed is known for its hardiness, excellent production qualities, and rapid growth. It is a breed equally suited for either meat production or exhibition. The Palomino Rabbit Co-Breeders Association was established in 1955. Now this was before it was a recognized breed. This is the official breed specialty club promoting this all-American breed. The goal of the organization has been to foster a spirit of cooperation and an interest in the success of the Palominos and of those individuals who have been interested in raising the wonderful breed. The name Palomino Rabbit Co-Breeders exemplifies this commitment, with the handshake featured in their emblem as an illustration of this ethic. The name of the breed's national specialty club is unique, the Palomino Co-Breeders. The club's emblem includes two clasped hands over a golden rabbit. This commemorates the handshake that the breeder's founder, Mark Youngs, would give new breeders when he sold them rabbits. Despite its good temperament and valuable commercial properties, the Palomino rabbit escapes many people's attention. There are a number of breeds in its size and body type category that have special coloration, for example, the American Sable, the Creme d'Argent, the American Chinchilla, just to name a few. The average lifespan of the Palomino rabbit is between 5 to 8 years and could live as long as 10 to 12 years.
If you would like to email me, reach out at hareoftherabbit@gmail.com. or you can visit the website at hareoftherabbit.com. If you would like to support the podcast and keep the lights on, you can support us whenever you use Amazon through the link at the website on the Support the Podcast page. This will not cost you anything extra, and I cannot see who purchased what. You can also become a Fluffle fan supporter by donating through Patreon. And again, there's a link at the hareoftherabbitpodcast.com.